In my first full month being monetized on YouTube, I got 40,000 views, had just over 1,000 subscribers, and made $2.94 purely from ad revenue. But it's been a long journey. You see, I started this channel 6 years ago, and after 5 years of sporadic uploading and terrible content,
yo, what is up guys? Make sure to like and subscribe.
I was approved for the YouTube Partner Program. Now, this is pretty hard to reach because YouTube requires two things: 1,000 subscribers and over 4,000 hours of watch time. Pretty early on, I got to the subscriber count number, but it took a while to hit the watch time limit. But once I made a few videos that caught some traction, it sort of just compounded until I eventually reached 4,000 hours. And as soon as I hit that, I applied to be in the YouTube Partner Program, and I was accepted. I set up my AdSense account, and it was all set up within a matter of weeks. And so right here is actually when I was officially monetized, January 25th. And as you can see, I made 30 cents on my first day. Now, when I first saw that, I was a little discouraged, I can't lie. I thought that was taking into account the whole day, and I thought I was gonna make 30 cents a day for the amount of views I was getting, but I ended up making a little bit more per day, and I'll show you that in a second here. Now, one thing that actually helped me after seeing this 30 cents number was realizing that it's not gonna be that number forever. I have a business where I help people sell their products, services, and skills on YouTube, and so I would see the amount of money that they were pulling in from YouTube alone, and let me tell you, it was a little bit higher than this. For example, their views were ranging from 10K to 500K a month, and from those 10K to 500K views, they were making between $100 and $2,000 per month. So while I was excited for my channel to be monetized, and you definitely should be too if you're getting close or if you're just starting out, I kind of knew that it wouldn't be much, at least from the start. So hopefully I haven't shattered your dreams yet. There are so many other ways that you can monetize your YouTube channel that makes it so worth it. But I know that I was always super interested to know how much YouTubers were making from their ad revenue directly on YouTube. So that's why I'm making this video. Without further ado, let me show you my first full month being monetized on YouTube. So I'm gonna pop over to February here, and boom. $214.94 was the estimated revenue for my first full month being monetized on YouTube. Now, as you can see, it's pretty consistent. I've worked with people where when they post a video, it does really well, they make a little bit of money, and then the video kind of flatlines, and that comes if you don't make content that is really SEO focused. What I mean by that is making content that is basically formatted like a blog is. So if people search it up in the YouTube search bar, then people find it. So the content that I've been making, whether purposeful or not, has been showing up in people's search feeds, which means it pretty consistently gets views throughout the year. So yeah, as you can see, sort of averaging around $8 per day, which isn't bad considering if we look at the views, it's 39,500 for this month. The watch time was 1,500 hours, and we got 360 subscribers. So if you think about it on more of a large scale, let's say I was getting 400,000 views, then I'd be making about 2,000 every month just from the YouTube ad revenue, which honestly for most creators is probably the smallest part of their income. So once again, don't be discouraged by this number. The amount that you're making from your videos should really just be a bonus from the value that you're providing and the other things that maybe you're selling from your YouTube channel, the people you meet, things like that. So let's look at my content analytics here. I only made like a few shorts and I think I deleted them. Click on the videos, and 40,000 views, 330,000 impressions, which is basically how many times the thumbnail and title were shown to people in their feed. And then the impressions click-through rate, which is hovering around 7 or 8%, which honestly is really good. Most people probably won't have a click-through rate that is this high. And that's because my channel is, like I said, targeting sort of the SEO, which is what people search. So when people are searching for something, they know exactly what they want to click on. Instead of maybe they're just browsing on YouTube, maybe looking for an entertaining video or something like that. People know what they're looking for when they're finding my videos. And so that's why the click-through rate is much higher, especially on a smaller channel. You'll notice the click-through rate begins to go up as someone's face is more recognized, as the channel gets bigger, which is just down to people being familiar with faces and things like that. And then we have an average view duration of 212. This just comes down to really providing your audience with value and making sure they don't get bored. Now, another thing that really contributes to how much you make is your audience. Ideally, you want your top geographies to be in the US or European countries. Canada might be a good one too, because advertisers are just much more willing to pay for those ads. So as you can see, most of you guys are from the US, a lot of people from India, some from the UK, some from Germany, Philippines, and so on. And yeah, we have Canada there right under the Philippines. I would also assume that age impacts it quite a bit. You know, if you have much younger viewers, advertisers are not going to pay you as much. Just makes sense. And if we come to revenue, this is where we can see the RPM breakdown. So RPM is basically the amount that you get paid per 1,000 views. You might have heard CPM a lot, which is the total amount that advertisers are paying. before YouTube takes its cut. Once YouTube takes its cut, this is your RPM. And so as you can see, the RPM for these videos changes quite drastically. Like I have a video here that got 4,600 views compared to a video with 8,600, and it made $13 more. That's because the RPM of this video was more than double the amount of this video. And so if your goal is really to maximize your revenue on YouTube, then you can look at these videos and see which types of videos are getting that sort of RPM. Now, honestly, I wouldn't put much thought into this. This shouldn't be your focus. You should really just be focused on creating better content overall. I think if you hit a stage where you're making a lot more, maybe you can look into these things. But for me right now, I think they're just kind of interesting to look at. And if you're interested, this month. We are making, I don't know, on average like $7 or $8 per day. So pretty similar to last month. Still got like 5 more days in the month. It'll probably be a similar amount. And as you can see, the views are pretty similar as well. The click-through rate, a lot higher, which is cool. So that's it. If this was interesting to you, helped you out, motivated you, maybe discouraged you, let me know in the comments below. I would love to know how your YouTube journey is going. And yeah, I just made this because I've always been super interested in these videos myself. So hopefully it was entertaining to you. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.